Hi YouTube friends, it's Tom here. Welcome. Join me because today we're making a paracord cross made out of double connection knots, and it has this Celtic button here as the center. We're going to start this one off with our shorter piece of paracord, and we're going to begin by tying a Celtic button. So just form an overhand loop, and then next to that form another overhand loop, and then just cross those two loops over, the right one over the left, and then grabbing our working end we want to weave it through those two loops, first going down through the right, up through the center, and then down through the left. Continuing with our working end, we want to take it over the vertical strand, down through the very right, and then up through the center. And we can grab each end and just fold the knot over, and then we can gently tighten this up just a little bit, and then we want to start at one side and start pulling the slack out of the knot, just following it around until you get to the other side. So just do this bit by bit, otherwise you get a little bit tangled up. Okay, so that's one pass, and I'm going to continue tightening this knot. Okay, once we have our Celtic button tied, we just want to grab one of our other pieces and find the center, and then lay this cord over the center of our other piece. And then we're going to tie a couple of double connection knots. So I'm going to take that bottom strand over, forming a loop, and then tuck the working end through that loop. And I'm going to tighten that down by pulling on the lower loop, and then just taking out a little bit of slack. Next I want to grab this other strand, but come in underneath that orange one first. Take that over, and then all the way around to the front, and then feed this one through both loops. And I want to switch strands, tighten my first knot down, and then switch strands again and tighten my second knot. So we should have a double connection knot here, so it should be forming a cross on both sides, and we can just tighten that up. So after we've tied our first double connection knot, we can tie another one. So start here with the bottom cord again, take it over and behind, forming a loop, and then tuck the working end through that loop, and then pull the top loop closed by pulling on the bottom part. Next, we're going to use our other strand, and reaching under the orange, we can grab that one and then again take that all the way around. Then grab that working end and tuck it through both loops. Then we can switch strands, tighten our first knot down, and then switch strands and tighten our second knot down over the first, forming a cross, and there should be a cross on the other side as well. And then we can tighten this knot down up against our first knot. After you've tied your two double connection knots, just grab the orange cord and pull the Celtic button so it rests up against these two knots, and then flip the piece around, and then we're just going to get these cords out of the way. Then we want to grab our other piece of cord and then just lay the orange cord on top, and we are again going to tie a double connection knot. So again, start here at the bottom, form a loop by coming in over those two cords, take the working end through that loop and then close it down. And then grabbing our other cord, we want to first come in underneath the orange. Grab our other cord and take it right around to the front, and then take this one through both loops. Switch strands, close the first knot down, switch strands again and close the second one over the first. And then tighten this all the way down. And then next you just want to tie another double connection knot here. So I've gone ahead and tied the second double connection knot, and now we just want to pull on the orange cord so that this rests up against the Celtic button, and then grabbing the two cords down the bottom, we just want to rotate that, and then we're going to tie another double connection knot. So take that bottom cord over the top, forming a loop, take the working end through that loop and then close that loop down. Then switching strands, you want to take this one over the top, around to the front, and then through both of those loops. Switch strands again, close the first knot down, switch strands, and then close the second knot down over the first. Now we just want to maneuver this knot right up here against the Celtic button. So loosen it off and then move it up. And then tighten it down. And then we want to tie another double connection knot here. And then we're going to tie two more over this side here. So again, I tied a second double connection knot here, and now we just have two more free strands. So If I rotate this one around, I can tie 2 more sets of double connection knots. I'm going to go through this a little bit faster. Form a loop, tuck the working end through the loop, then take your other strand around the back to the front and then through both of those loops. Close the first knot down and then close the second knot down. And maneuver this one up against the Celtic button. So again, we want to tie one more double connection knot here and then we can trim this up. Okay, so I'm going to leave a loop here at the top, so I just want to trim this top orange strand. Let's grab a pair of scissors and cut that off and then singe that off with a lighter. Then you can press that down, press that nice and flat. And then flipping this around, we're going to trim all of these pieces off here. So cut them all off. And again, we want to melt those ends and also cut and singe these excess pieces as well. So I've gone ahead and cleaned up the excess, and that's the finished piece. If you have any comments, suggestions or requests, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you supporting the channel. I like you all, and I'll see you on the next video.